So my name is Michael Niederkofler. I'm from the user partner Energie Kompass GmbH in the Enchant project. Our daily business is we are an energy service company. We do a lot of photovoltaics, we do energy consulting, and we also operate a number of renewable energy communities in our region. And I specifically, I'm responsible for our innovation lab, the Innovation Lab Act for Energy, which is a living lab initiative in Austria. You can see here in Austria, on the southeast part of Austria, between Oberwart and Stegersbach, there is our living lab. It's, as you can see a bit here, it's a rural part of Austria with two small towns, Oberwart and Stegersbach, as part of this Living Lab region. And what are we doing with this Living Lab? Our vision is to demonstrate and develop solutions for the energy transition, to be able to build an energy system that is 100% renewable. And as part of our doings, we've been also participating and part of the consortium of Enchant to learn about how we can address the people that live in our living lab and how we can get the message across. And we used the intervention platform that has been already presented before. And actually, we want to use this intervention platform, this way of addressing users, addressing people, getting them to change their behavior. We want to use them as part of our innovation lab in the future. So just to give you a bit of an understanding what we understand ourselves as, what is this living lab? You can see the region. It's 10 municipalities, about 20,000 inhabitants in the southeast of Austria. But there's much more than just the people, because we also installed quite a bit of real infrastructure, of living lab infrastructure. First of all, at the center, we have our office building, which is a lighthouse building, a plus energy building with a lot of state-of-the-art renewable energy technology installed. You see there's a lot of photovoltaics. We have EV charging infrastructure, heat pumps for heating the building, different battery storages, thermal storages. So this is something that people can come to and have a look and touch all the equipment. But we also use it to generate real life data to better understand how such a building operates within the overall energy system. Beside our own building, we have access to a lot of real data from photovoltaic plants in the regions, electric consumption data, and also a bit of heating and cooling consumption data. Then in the field, we have renewable infrastructure. In all of the municipalities, we operate charge points and have access to the data of the charging operations. And we also have a various battery storage system installed in the region, which we have access to have the data and to use it for various pilot project a research and innovation project that need a pilot to try something out. And in addition, we operate a couple of software platforms. First, there is a virtual power plant where some of the assets of the regions are connected to. We have, for the charging infrastructure, our own ECA operation backend to have real direct access to the data. We have an administrative and accounting platform for the energy communities in our region, and of course, the Enchant Interventions platform. And what is the goal now of all of this? So we have a lot of infrastructure, we have assets, photovoltaics, batteries, whatsoever, and we have a good connection to the region. We have access to the people and stakeholder living there. And the goal of this innovation lab is that this whole thing should be a laboratory for research projects, for innovation projects, to get with the solutions in the field, test it under real life conditions, get the data under real life conditions, and be able to draw the right conclusions and to be able to roll out the viable solutions to all over Europe and find ways to advance the energy transition. And for the Enchant platform in specific, um, we plan in the next couple of years to keep working with the platform. First of all, we want to do a repetition of the energy efficiency campaign in our whole region to see really how much energy consumption can be reduced by using various energy efficiency campaigns. Then we plan to use the platform for an intervention that we call grid coordinated EV charging, which means that we're going to have an interface with the DSO in the region that will tell us, okay, now it would be good to have EVs charging on the grid, or now it would be bad to have EV charging on the grid. And based on this signal from the DSO, we will use the platform to communicate this status to the EV drivers in the regions and see how much impact we can have helping the grid with the mobile storages of the car if we find the right way to communicate to people that they should connect the car to the grid or they should not connect the car to the grid. Also, in planning is what we call a renewable energy community charging intervention, which aims at directing members of energy communities to use the infrastructure provided by the community instead of their own private charging infrastructure. Again, the final goal of this to help the grid to balance the volatility of consumption and generation in the region. And as we did already, we are not the only ones using this living lab. We are participating in national Austrian, but also European projects. And the Innovation Lab is open to anybody who looks for a real life infrastructure, who wants to test something, who wants to prove some concept in a real life environment. And for this, the Innovation Lab Act for Energy is open. Um, we will just finish our first run at the end of this year in the program Stadt der Zukunft. That's an Austrian funding program, but we have been lucky enough to secure funding for the next 5 years under the program 100% Renewable Reallabor, also an Austrian funding program. But we are open for researchers and innovators from all over Europe to use our infrastructure, and especially the Enchant intervention platform to try out how to reach people, how to initiate behavioral change, and how to advance the energy transition in general.